Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Keep it simple Starseeds video. I haven't done one of these in a while. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you who haven't seen these videos before, welcome. For those of you who have seen these videos, welcome back. And again, I thank you for all the comments and sharing. I am working on responding to those, and I'm always grateful just to kind of see how these videos are connecting with people. So thank you so much. One of the things I wanted to share is my intention with all of my videos is to raise the frequency and basically bring awareness around ascension. And the ascension process journey to me means expansion. And that means activations, it means downloads, it means uploads, it means evolution. But most importantly, it means remembering who we are, what we are, and what we are capable of, and empowering ourselves. And that's really what these videos are all about. Excuse me, I saged earlier with my smudging and I got a little itchy nose. Having said that, today's KISS video, Keep It Simple Starseeds video, is all about the Oponopono prayer. Briefly, the Oponopono prayer, you guys can Google it. I'm just going through this really quickly because I'm trying to keep it kind of short and sweet. And I'll explain why at the end. After I explain what the Oponopono prayer is. So I did do a video about this and I talk about it a lot. Dr. Lynn, and I'm doing this based off of memory, so I do apologize if my facts aren't 100% accurate. You can look it up on your own. I encourage you to always look this up on your own, whatever I'm sharing with you, to get your own well, feel what feels right with you, whatever resonates. So Dr. Lynn was a psychotherapist or possibly a psychiatrist in Hawaii, and he worked at a psychiatric ward. And essentially, in his work, he did not meet with the clients or the patients to assist in healing them. All he did was sit with their chart. And many of you guys might already know this story, but all he did was sit with their chart and essentially pray over it, the Ho'oponopono prayer, which means, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. In doing that, that's all he did. And miraculously, all the patients within the psychiatric ward that were being kept in the psychiatric ward because they were obviously unwell, all went home. Or we could say that they were miraculously healed, or they were all cured. And Dr. Len essentially attributed this to the fact that he healed himself. And by beginning within and healing himself, he then gave them the space to heal as well. And again, this is from my memory. I'm sharing this with you guys because that's beautiful. So the Ho'oponopono prayer I've used for several years. I heard about it many years ago, forgot about it. A girlfriend of mine reminded me about it, and I've been using it for the last couple of years ever since, and I really can't say enough about the shift in frequencies that I receive from using this prayer. When can you use it? Anytime. Who can you use it on? Anyone. So we'll start with you. Let's say you, and my whole theme around the Starseed, this Keep It Simple Starseed video is not only the prayer, but triggers. Many people are being triggered right now because there is a major purging going on. What happens when we detox? When you detox the body, the stuff comes out, in the form of chemicals. Your body is getting rid of the toxins, but it has to come to the surface to then be released, let go of. And it's kind of the same idea with things that need to be healed. And we're seeing that in the collective. And so that's why I'm sharing this with you guys. A lot of us are seeing this in the collective. And so I do a lot of Ho'oponopono prayer when I'm having frustrations. So the idea is, let me go backwards about the energies behind this. You're coming into a space of gratitude. You're coming into a space of forgiveness, asking to be forgiven and offering forgiveness. I'm sorry, please forgive me. In a sense, offers you the opportunity to forgive yourself and the energy around the situation. And offering love, of course, is complete acceptance. Now, how often have we been driving and someone cuts us off in our car or goes 10 miles under the speed limit in the fast lane or on and on. Now, I, as a being on the planet Earth, oscillating in and out of dimensions, am not always oscillating in a fifth dimensional perspective. In that moment, I may get a little angry and frustrated and decide to step on the gas and go around them and rudely give them the look. I don't go much more than that, but like, really, come on. Is that the highest vibration of love light that I could possibly offer? No. So I started using the Oponopono prayer, and I really do diligently use this. And sometimes I forget to use it, and then I Oponopono them and myself later on. Oh, Carrie, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. So having said that, you guys, we can use it in every situation. If you're going through a lot of ascension symptoms and you're sick right now, or you've got something going on with your body, great time to Oponopono. When I was going through some crazy symptoms, I got really frustrated in general with my body. Like, why? I'm a healer. How come I don't know what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? You know, why am I not healing faster? When is this going to end? Why is this happening to me? So now what's happened when you go into that space is victim, judgment, blame, and anger, frustration, right? Those are all low vibrational frequencies. But as soon as I say something to my body like, I love you, right? Thank you. Thank you for supporting me. I'm breathing. Thank you. Thank you, lungs. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not exercising, you know, for example. Please forgive me for eating that bag of potato chips and then washing it down with a bottle of wine. I mean, come on, we've all done things like that, right? I'm just using that as an example. And how often have we done that? And that just kind of puts you in this space. I've done this, and it brought me to tears, especially when I was going through a lot. I'm sharing that with you guys because in doing that, just like Dr. Len healed himself, right? And gave the opportunity and space to then, therefore, heal these patients. I'm doing that with my body, and it's healing. It's allowing me to purge. And I might cry over something I don't even necessarily know what it might be from, but that is a form of letting go, acceptance, and allowing these energies to move through me. So we'll go a step further. You have what triggers you. So this is my invitation to you guys. It's an invitation in compassionate action. What triggers you? Who triggers you? So just keep it simple. That's what this video is all about. All the Starseed videos are. And if it's a parent or a family member, and in that moment they're triggering you, what happens? You get angry, and you were here, now you're angry. And now your response comes from anger, right? We miss this higher trajectory, right? And so as soon as we're able to just kind of breathe and say, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Those words have a frequency. They hold a charge, so to speak. You guys, I've talked about Dr. Masaru Emoto. I would recommend going and looking up the water experiments and the rice experiments that he does. But the light language that I share with you guys, it's an energy. It's intention behind the words. So immediately it breaks that, we'll call it bandwidth or frequency. You're angry. As soon as you say, I love you, even if you say it like, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Say it a few times. Let it marinate, if you will. It breaks that trajectory that you were on, and then it lifts it up into a little higher trajectory. And it kind of allows you then to not follow through that timeline where it would have gone if you would have stayed in anger. And it allows you to come from a more objective, loving, and accepting timeline, right? Which allows you then to heal aspects of yourself, but it's offering healing to that other person as well. Because we didn't just come here to go through our own ascension and raise our own vibration. We came here to raise the vibration, if you feel that you're a starseed and this is part of your mission, to raise the vibration on Mother Earth. And how can we do that if we're not being of service to others, right? So it's not just being service to self. In coming into acceptance, forgiveness, and asking for forgiveness from someone who you may not want to ask forgiveness for. It's very empowering. It empowers you to then give yourself forgiveness. Because if you can't forgive yourself, then how can you forgive others? And if you can't accept an offering of apology or repentance, then how are you able to grow, right? Or raise your frequency. So that's what this is all about. So my invitation to you, action or compassion in action, words are action coming into this space. I invite you to do this with every trigger that you have from this point forward for as long as you can, right? Or if that seems like it's too much, let's do it for a week. We can call it, the challenge, the Ho'oponopono challenge. I don't like to call it that, then it makes it seem like it's hard. I want it to feel really like it's easy, because it is if you practice it. So more importantly, I invite you to find that one person who really triggers you the most right now. Now, I'm going to say this with love and non-judgment, and I invite you to be open-minded and open-hearted and not judge me for saying this. But what I'm saying is, I especially invite you to do that with someone on television right now who triggers you. Many of us have one person, at least, that pops into our heads right away. I invite you, the next time you see this individual or you hear someone talking about this individual and you are triggered from it. What is a trigger? Angry, judgmental, fear, thinking that person's stupid, judgmental, disgust. All of these are not necessarily the highest frequencies of love, forgiveness, and appreciation, gratitude, right? And you might think, well, how can I be grateful to this person for causing all of these problems? Because that might be your belief system or your belief structure. And many of you guys know who I'm referring to. It doesn't have to be that one person. It can be anybody. It can be a particular newscaster. It can be a particular song that you hear on the radio and that singer. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to use this political individual as an example. And so you think, well, I like to think of being grateful for them showing me how I don't want to behave. Thank you for showing me the polarity and the imbalances in society. I love you for being that version of what I don't want to be. I forgive you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the judgment that I'm feeling right now. This is just an energetic thing, you guys. It doesn't necessarily mean don't get involved in helping raise the frequency and the vibration in other ways. I invite you to do this. See if you can do this. It is a challenge for some. So maybe I should call it the Ho'oponopono challenge. So I invite you to do this with these individuals, whoever triggers you the most in that moment. It could be someone in your family who talks about these individuals or these circumstances. It can be an establishment, for example. So I invite you to visualize that person and to them say, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And even if you don't want to say it to them, say it to yourself while you're sending that energy out from you to that individual. You guys, if a doctor can cure a psych ward, right, by doing this, imagine what we could do as a society with our society and the people who are guiding us. I say that loosely, right? So I invite you to do this. I invite you to share this with as many people as you feel inspired to. And I'm not necessarily referring to this video, although I invite you to do that as well. And we'll call it the Ho'oponopono Challenge. I'm going to invite you to do this for the whole month of November. It is, after all, the month of gratitude. So, Ho'oponopono when you can't sleep, when you're driving, but especially when you're watching television, especially when you're hearing about some individual that's triggering you in that moment. And I invite you to do it as often as you need to. Even if you don't feel genuine when you're doing it, just do it. Because the more you do it, the more genuine it will become, and the more you will start to feel the energy behind the words, because you are shifting your frequency whether you realize it or not. In addition to that, it spreads this energy. Rather than spreading a lower frequency of anger and reaction, it empowers you to come again from an objective place rather than a reactive space. It offers that space and energy for others to feel that, and maybe they won't react as strongly, and everybody can then come into what HeartMath calls coherence, right? Where it's not just lots of incohesive, ugly energy. It's a cohesive space of love, gratitude, forgiveness, and appreciation for recognizing that you want to raise above that. So I'm also setting my intention for this to be accepted on a bigger platform. So if there's someone out there watching this, I'm going to send it to a few people, and I'm not even going to say put my video out there and do the Ho'oponopono challenge. Maybe they'll issue one as well. I don't care as long as it gets out there. Imagine if all of us did it on one particular day at one particular time, and we focused it with pure loving intent to this particular, let's say, political, religious, whatever individual, and see what a shift that could have in the energy around that individual. Again, referencing back to Dr. Len curing a psychiatric ward just by healing himself. If we are all practicing healing ourselves with the intention of assisting and healing others as well, just by offering that space, I have faith and believe that beautiful miracles can happen that way as well. So maybe we'll initiate that movement down the road, or so why not start now? Thank you so much in love and light, and have fun with this, you guys. Have fun with this compassionate action challenge. And then we'll regroup, reconvene at the end of November and kind of see where it goes from there. Thank you so much for tuning in love and light. Until the next video, I will be doing some more light language videos next, coming up this week. So thank you. Namaste.